Community told me I could find you out here.
What are you doing here?
He's losing a lot of blood. Type and cross for 4 units.
He's got diminished breath sounds. I think the knife might puncture his lungs, so he could have a pneumothorax. Get me a chest x-ray stat. What'd you say his BP was?
78/42.
Okay, we're gonna have to stabilize him before we get into the OR. Get me a chest tube placement ASAP, okay? You.
Nadine.
Yes, Nadine. Come give me a secondary line, set up an IV wide open. Then I need you to call the blood bank and find out where my O-neg is.
The number's above. Okay.
Man, one thing's for sure. Whoever stabbed this guy really wanted him dead.
Nicholas Cassadine? I'm Detective Harper. I have a few questions for you.
I was hoping we could talk.
No.
It's better now than in the middle of the hospital, don't you
Yeah,
think?
it's just that I was...
Listen, the night that we broke up, we were both very angry, said a lot of things. And I am not here to take any of that back, so don't worry. I realize that we want profoundly different things out of life, and we probably shouldn't be together, but I miss you.
I miss you too.
What was it?
What?
Weren't we fighting about something?
No, we agreed to disagree.
No, I don't think so.
What?
No, I don't remember giving in on whatever it is that we were talking about. So
Really?
Whenever you do that, I can't concentrate.
That's exactly the point.
No. We need to settle whatever we were supposed to settle.
Do you want to keep discussing this, or do you want to make up? Come on, race upstairs. Come on.
2 units of O-neg in.
We need to get this guy into surgery and stop the bleeding before he goes into DIC.
All right, I'll call OR, tell him we're on our way.
Hey, you took a wallet off this guy, right?
Right.
All right, go through it. Find out who he is so we can notify the family.
His name's Jerry Jacks. Prep OR 2 for a stab wound to the chest. Dr. Julian is going to bring him up right now.
What's going on in here?
I like to call it a triage.
I'm familiar with the procedure, Dr. Julian, but I'm unclear on why you are the one performing it.
Well, the attending wasn't answering his page.
The desk nurse should have tried someone else. You're still recovering from a gunshot wound now, aren't
He
you?
was bleeding out, Dr. Ford. There wasn't time to call another doctor.
This man needs a trauma team, and you're only an intern, and you... Excuse me, miss. Who are you?
Nadine Crowell, I'm a licensed RN.
You're not on the hospital staff.
She was the only nurse available.
We haven't verified her credentials. You'll have to leave, miss.
Look, throw her out on your own time. Right now, she's helping me keep this patient alive.
I understand that Perp got loose at the station and you helped subdue him.
Yes, he went for a gun, and then that was pretty much all there was to it.
Did you happen to see how the prisoner got loose? I'd like to know who screwed up the booking procedure.
Are you from Internal Affairs, or?
On the purpose of my arrest, I sent him with the squad car, and I'd like to know who took the cuffs off.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. The first I noticed him, he'd already gotten loose.
You're Lucky Spencer's brother, right?
That's right.
So, you were visiting Lucky in the squad room?
Yes, is that against procedure as well?
I don't mean to be throwing attitude. I'm new to the department, so I'm still trying to figure out how things work. We never had an officer or civilian brother do a takedown in my old precinct.
Well, I'm sure that your officers would have restrained him had I not been able to.
Well, from what I hear, you had the perp on the ground before our guys could even draw their weapons.
I just did what anyone else would do in that situation.
Well, I don't know too many people who can think that fast on their feet when there are guns involved.
Well, I'm glad I could help. Listen, I really need to get home. I have an important business call to make. So.
Well, thank you. The department owes you one.
No matter how hard I try or how long I've been clean, you'll always see me as a junkie.
I never said that.
Then stop using my addiction to take my son.
You just called me an unfit mother, and you know that's not true.
I'll be calling security if you two don't take this somewhere else. This is a hospital, not a divorce court.
I'm sorry.
You should be. The patients deserve your undivided attention. And my nurses need to concentrate on their work. So your custody issues will have to wait until Elizabeth clocks out. You will not do this on my time. You got me?
I'm not gonna apologize for fighting for my son.
And if I were you, I would think long and hard before I open up that can of worms.
Well, fathers have rights too. I'm gonna keep Jake safe. Even if that means taking him away from you.
Take 5 minutes. Clear your head. I need you to get back to work. I have files stacking up out there.
Yeah, really. Oh, God, I'm sorry this has gotten out of hand.
There's a real simple solution. And you might just have to use it.
Lulu, it's me, Logan. Look, I know you don't want to talk, okay? But please call me back.
There's got to be something you need me to do.
Well, let's see. You've mopped the floor and you've cleaned out the freezer. What are you doing, angling for my job or what?
No, I'd like to stay busy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I've got just the thing for you. See, these receipts, they need to be sorted by payment codes so Bobby can do the books. And who knows? Maybe it'll take your mind off of Logan for a couple hours.
I'm not thinking about Logan. I'm not.
If you say so.
Blonde one, I thought this was your day of rest.
I picked up an extra shift.
Oh, well, my apologies. Had the Jackal known, he would have sought to quench his thirst elsewhere, per the fair one's wishes.
I never asked you to stay away from Kelly's.
Yeah, not in so many words, but the Jackal has noticed that he has done more to irritate than soothe your broken heart, and for that I am deeply sorry and will respectfully keep my distance in the future, although it may be hard since we do reside at...
Spinelli, I don't want you to keep your distance.
You don't?
No, I could use a friend.
Well, say no more. The Jackal is here to serve.
Actually, that's my job. One orange soda coming up.
Be gone, bedhopper, or the Jackal will be forced to unleash a fury...
I'm just here to give her some CDs, all right? You left these. I left you a message.
I got it. You can go now.
Lulu, look.
Well, now you know what it's like, huh? Try and make things right with somebody and they just walk away from you.
Given that you've been scrupulously avoiding me for the past 2 weeks, I'm surprised to hear that you miss me.
Me?
Yes.
What about you?
Switching shifts and only consulting when Marucci calls.
I wasn't avoiding you.
Well,
Okay, fine. Maybe I was a little bit, just to make things easier.
none of this is easy. At least not for me. I mean, I know it's only been a couple weeks, but I miss waking up to you. Holding you in my arms at night. And most of all, I miss us.
I do too.
Look, I'm sorry for the way things ended.
If you could go back and change all of it, would you?
Sorry, I'm late. I was just...
here to visit my sister Jolene. She's in a coma.
I know all about your sister, Miss Crowell, and exactly what she's capable of.
I know my sister, and I honestly don't believe she would ever kill anyone. Is there any way this could be a mistake?
No. We have the financial records. Jolene was being paid by Medcam to undermine this hospital. I'm not going to allow you to walk in off the street and start caring for patients. You are a liability waiting to happen.
I would never interfere with patient care. The ER was understaffed, and I volunteered to help until another nurse could be found.
His blood pressure's starting to drop again.
Yeah, this guy might not make it through surgery. Call the family and get them down here. Nadine, hang me 2 more units of ONEG.
Miss Crowell is not on staff here. Orderly, come. Help Dr. Julian get this man to OR. Miss, leave before I have security throw you out.
Hello? Carly, it's Emily. I'm at the hospital.
Is everything okay?
Jerry was just brought into ER with a stab wound to the chest.
Is it serious?
He's lost a lot of blood. They're going to take him up to surgery right now to see if they can stop the bleeding. You and Jack might want to be here.
We're on our way.
We're on our way where?
To the hospital. Jerry was stabbed in the chest. If we hurry up, we can make it there before he goes into surgery.
No.
You know, after careful consideration and reflection, the Jackal has decided that he can no longer, in good conscience, remain in residence in the regrettably pink but surprisingly cozy room. See, although I do appreciate the Fair One's most generous of gestures, I would be remiss if I did not relocate to...
Order up. Table 3. Order up.
Blonde one. Wait here. It's the blonde one.
Oh, I heard you. Pink room. And the answer is still no. I'm not kicking you out. I'm fine in the spare room across the hall.
It's come to the Jackal's understanding that the room once belonged to Stone Cold's seldom mentioned and somewhat mysterious first wife, Brenda, and she decided that chamber in question would be hers and had it, decorated appropriately, luxuriously, and most definitely femininely, so it would be far more suited to your uses anyway.
Maybe you guys could discuss your sleeping arrangements later.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. Table 3's food is getting cold, but look, I know that you have a lot going on. But you're sending out a lot of mixed signals here. I mean, not that I mind seeing Logan suffer, but if you're really serious about moving on, you should probably stop staring at the guy.
Look, I should have been there for you when you were a kid. But I'm stepping up here now. I mean, as soon as I found out that you were my son, yeah.
You found out months ago, all right? But you didn't give a damn until the DNA test came back. You spent so much time denying that I was your kid. I'm surprised you didn't get the test results back and just change them, wash your hands of me.
Look, I don't have a time machine, all right? I can't go back and fix things. I'm trying to be here for you now. You just got to give me a chance.
The father of Mr. Corinthos, sir, is not alone in his concern. I, too, have noticed your interest in the unworthy one, even after he most cruelly deceived you.
No matter what Logan did to me, he doesn't deserve to be hurt by his father.
Your brother was stabbed and rushed into emergency surgery. You should be there.
He'll be fine. He's always fine.
Emily said his condition was serious.
Yeah, and I'm sure she's right. Unless I show that Jerry brought this on himself.
Maybe so, but he's still your brother.
Look, I meant what I said when he murdered Irina. I don't know who he is anymore, and I don't want to know the man who took hostages and tortured people, okay? That man, James Craig, he's a stranger. And I don't care what happens to him.
I think the fact that you're trying to be so indifferent only proves that you still love your brother.
Yeah, you're right. I loved the brother that I grew up with, but I can't support the man he's become.
Okay. You're angry. And you have every right to be, but if you don't go to that hospital and he dies, you are never going to forgive yourself.
Good evening, sir. Is everything all right?
do you ask?
If you don't mind me saying so, you seem somewhat distracted.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's just that business deal we got going on right now, and also, of course, the uncertainty of my health.
How may I be of assistance?
Would you mind just giving me a little privacy?
Certainly, sir.
Thank you.
Might work better if you actually poured that into the glass. Never mind.
What do you want?
Alfred was kind enough to make the girls a snack, so I was coming to get it to take it out to them.
Alfred's being paid to maintain this home, not take care of your
All right, you know what? Enough. You want us to leave, just say the words. Don't work this hard to drive us out.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you, okay? You just startled me when you came in here.
I don't know who to expect when I walk into a room. I don't know if I'm going to get nice Nicholas or I'm going to get mean and rage Nicholas who throws barware at my head.
I'm not in the mood to rehash an unfortunate incident that really never happened to begin with.
It's not just one incident. Ever since we moved in here, your entire personality has changed, and I would like to know why.
Well, maybe you're good friends. Jerry's poison did more damage than anyone actually realized.
I can see you've made other plans. Enjoy your evening.
Layla. Wait. Look, I'm glad we talked. Last thing I want is for you to feel awkward around me.
We had a relationship, it's over, we both moved on, so enjoy your date. See you at work.
That was incredibly awkward.
Only if you asked Robin and I out on the same night.
Didn't know Robin was going to show up. Look, Layla, the truth is Robin and I have a lot of unfinished business.
Patrick, if you're having second thoughts about dinner and you want to go after Robin, you should.
I was looking forward to dinner. I still am.
I realize you're still getting over Robin. After all, you were in a tumultuous relationship for, what was it, 2 years?
Robin and I broke up. It's over.
Reconciliations happen, known to happen. Especially when two people are as drawn to each other as you and Dr.
Stop. I didn't ask you out to fill time until Robin and I got back together. We tried to work it out, and we can't. Robin and I want different things out of life.
Okay, but priorities do change. I mean, what seems important to you now may not in a few months.
Layla, I asked you out because I enjoy your company. I want to get to know Layla Muir. So if it's all the same with you, I'd rather not spend our first date discussing my ex-girlfriend.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, I thought Dr. Simmons was on call tonight.
He is.
Then what are you doing back?
Well, I should have never left because all I did was make a complete and total fool out of myself.
You saw Patrick.
So much worse. I crashed his date with Layla. I heard Layla talking to Epiphany about meeting Patrick at the Metro Court, so I got all dressed up.
You decided to get there first.
Yes. And for a moment, it actually felt like we were connected. So much so that I was on the verge of asking Patrick to give our relationship another chance, and then Layla showed up.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Yeah, and then I realized I've just made a complete fool out of myself. I mean, following him around, I'm pathetic.
No, Not as pathetic as a semi-recovered sex addict doling out relationship advice, but here it goes anyway. It's better to make a clean break than risk getting sucked back in.
What if I want to get sucked back in?
No, you don't. Relationships are always more trouble than they're worth. Not that I've had one for any extended period of time.
Really? I thought you and Andy were headed for a commitment.
Andy's just a friend.
Yeah. Maybe that's been the problem all along. Patrick and I went straight from hating each other to sleeping together to falling in love. We were never just friends.
You know, you talk a pretty good game. You do. And I honestly think you might even mean it. It's too little too late, man.
Look, I'm not saying we gotta be friends. I just wanna get to know the kid that I didn't know I had.
Kid? I'm not some kid anymore. I'm all grown up now, you know? And I don't need my long-lost father trying to fix anything for me.
Save your breath, Simeon. Now that the Fair One knows just how unworthy you truly are, you will never find a way back into her blonde heart.
Who are you trying to convince of that, me or Lulu?
Please don't be here to see me.
I think there's someplace we can maybe go and just talk.
I'd rather not do this again, but you're giving me no choice. And I want you two here as my official witnesses. I, Lulu Spencer, am never going to believe in Logan Hayes again. You broke my trust and you can't get it back, so quit trying. Our whole so-called relationship was a con, and I don't care about your regrets or anything else. It makes me sick to see you, so please just go.
Did you and Jerry get into another fight?
Are you asking out of concern for me or for him?
No, don't turn this around. Did you and Jerry have a fight tonight?
I have not seen Jerry Jacks this evening. But I was actually referring to the weeks in which I was held prisoner in my own home and nearly killed by some mystery poison with lasting effects that is still unknown. Meanwhile, my aunt refuses to sever ties with this man.
You know what? Enough. How many times you want to bring that up? I'm his attorney, that's it.
You're right, it's not worth discussing.
That was fast.
No, I'm just trying to adhere to your wishes,
No,
that's all.
you're just trying to get rid of me.
Come on, that's ridiculous.
There is something going on here, Nicholas. I just wish to God that you would trust me with the truth.
Why are you, of all people, fighting me on the subject of my brother? I mean, you've been warning me for months to stay away from him. You should be happy.
I hate Jerry as much as I ever did. But I know how much he loves you, Jax.
Yeah, and he proved that by luring me away from my family so that I could be taken prisoner by a madwoman who he ends up shooting at point-blank range.
To protect you. Yeah. He shot the woman he loved to keep you safe. That happened.
It's irrelevant, okay? It's Jerry's fault that I was there in the first place.
I know that. But as much as you don't want to believe that his actions were motivated by love for you, they were. And as much as you wish you didn't love him, you do. He's your brother.
I'm not going to the hospital.
And I'm going for you.
Carly.
No, I'm going.
Shireen, that means sweet, right?
You speak Farsi?
About 6 words. There's a Persian market down the street, and the woman that runs it teaches me 1 word every time I'm in there, so.
Wow, the lessons are paying off.
If your parents named you Shireen, where did Layla come from?
Well, my parents decided to leave Iran once they realized that the revolution was inevitable. I was born in London, and they struggled financially. So when I was about 1, we got some help from a family friend. I was renamed in her honor.
Wow. That must have been difficult on your parents to start from the beginning again.
Definitely gave me the motivation to succeed.
So how'd you end up in the States?
I got a scholarship to the nursing program here. And I moved to study, and I want to go to med school someday. After that, who knows? My parents sacrificed everything so that I can have a better life, you know? I owe it to them and to myself to achieve that. Sorry for the lecture.
I asked. I'm glad I did.
What about you? What motivates Patrick Drake?
Oof. Ego?
There's nothing wrong with being proud of your accomplishments.
Pride is the least of it. I've been called arrogant, competitive, and been told that I am obsessed with being the best. Which I am.
At least you're honest. I find that refreshing.
Page Drake Jr., and when he checks in, please tell him that Mr. Griffith took a turn for the worse.
Okay. You don't have to page Dr. Drake. I'll cover the patient.
You're already working a double shift with a full caseload of your own.
So at this point, what difference is one more patient going to make?
If you're spread too thin, it'll make a lot of difference to Mr. Griffith.
Look, I wouldn't have offered if I didn't think I could handle it.
Look, I'm surprised that you did, considering the fact that you and Dr. Drake Jr. haven't been on the best of terms lately.
Well, Patrick has covered for me many times. I guess it's nice to return the favor. Hey, have you seen Carly or Jax? Jerry's out of surgery, and I thought they might want to hear his prognosis.
No, I haven't. Lucky just ambushed me in the locker room. He's threatening to file for sole custody of Jake if I don't fire Diane and let Alexis handle the divorce.
Lucky actually said that?
Yes, right before he called me an unfit mother and told me how I was a danger to my own son.
What? That's crazy. Lucky knows you would never do anything to her, Jake.
I know. Apparently Alexis is going to be able to prove that because I let Jason hold Jake a couple times, I'm a negligent parent. God, I honestly never thought it would come to this. I had no idea how it started just spinning out of control.
Oh my gosh, is there anything I can do?
Go home to Nicholas. Be thankful you still have each other.
If it seems as though I'm trying to avoid you, it's because I don't enjoy fighting with you when we go round in circles with no resolution.
I realize that you think Jerry is a despicable human being, and with good reason. But his brother happens to be my best friend. So in an effort to protect him and to help you, I am trying to keep Jerry out of trouble. Now, if you have a problem with that, honestly, I want to discuss it with you, but in a rational manner.
Okay. But you're a grown woman. You're entitled to your opinions. Doesn't mean I have to agree with them, but I do love and respect you. So, I will attempt to not criticize your relationship with Jerry Jax, professional or otherwise, but in return, I would appreciate a bit of tolerance.
There's something more going on here than you're letting on. And when you're ready to tell me about it, know that I will be right here to help you.
Alexis, forget your snack.
Might be a while before he wakes up.
How'd the surgery go?
Dr. Julian was able to repair the damaged artery, but he still lost a lot of blood.
And they don't know who did this?
No, not yet.
He has a long list of enemies. Where'd they find him?
On a side street near the police station.
When the paramedics found him, he still had his phone and his wallet in his pockets.
So whoever did this wasn't trying to mug him.
Doesn't look that way.
I wonder if it was the same person who killed Letitia.
Hey, Carly, like you said, Jerry's made plenty of enemies. I'm sure whoever stabbed him is in no way connected to Letitia's death. I have to take some blood work up to the lab. Are you gonna be okay?
Fine. Thank you.
All right, doctor's gonna be in to see him in a minute.
I don't care if you die. But your brother couldn't take it.
You don't have to stick around. I'm fine.
Well, Jacqueline tends to make himself available, just in case the Baldwin needs a friend or an escort home.
What I really need right now is some time to think alone. Do you mind?
Baldwin's wish is the Jacqueline's command.
Anything else?
Yeah, I want to talk to you for a minute. I want to make you an offer.
I'm not interested.
How do you know I haven't even made the offer?
Because if it's coming from you, I don't need to.
It's about your parents. I will hand over guardianship back to Nicholas. I will drop the kidnapping charges against your father, and he can bring your mother back to town here where she belongs.
What do I need to do in return?
I want you to give Logan a second chance. A real one, Lulu.
Thank you
For letting you buy me dinner.
for staying. Look, obviously the night started off a little rocky, but, well, as it turns out, it was one of my better first dates.
And if it should be our last, I'd like you to know that I had a lovely time.
Is that your polite way of telling me you don't want to see me again?
I don't want to be your rebound girl, Patrick. Or anyone else's for that matter.
I don't blame you. But what if it's more? I mean, what if I want to see you again because I like you?
Then that definitely has possibilities.
Hey,
Nice dress. Where are you going?
home. That's a long story.
I'm in no hurry.
Well, I will spare you the annoying details. Basically, I followed through on a really bad impulse, and it didn't turn out the way that I wanted. So, I'm going home now to try and forget that this night ever happened.
It would be a shame to waste that dress.
Yeah, I'll get over it.
Well, you shouldn't have to. Is there any chance I could buy you a drink?
What about Kelly?
Well, I wish I could say that Kelly would care if you and I went out together, but she's not remotely ready to commit to any kind of relationship, and I don't know if she ever will be. Besides, it's a friendly drink. What harm could it do?
All right. Why not? Friendly drink, here we come. Come on.
Jerry. You're in the hospital.
What happened?
You were stabbed and they had to operate.
Where's Jax?
He's,
Right here. Hey, get some rest, okay? You're gonna be fine.
Good to see you, little brother.
Good evening, Miss Emily. You're home early.
Yes, I was hoping to tuck Spencer in. Do you know if Nicholas has already put him to bed?
Master Nicholas asked for privacy, so Spencer's nanny is handling all bedtime duties tonight.
Is Nicholas okay?
He retired to the study some time ago. I haven't seen him since.
All right, thank you. Nicholas?
Hey. Fred, I just told me. Come home.
Did you change your clothes? I could have sworn that I saw you in a blue shirt when you were at the hospital.
Oh, yes. Spencer decided it looked much better with spaghetti sauce all over it.
Oh. Table manners definitely need work.
Yeah. So how was your shift? Any good cases?
I was just a little bit slow, so I decided to come home early.
Well, lucky for me, because I've been wanting to do this all night long.